Hello and welcome to a brand new video. And a brand new year too. Happy New Year to you. With the new year comes new priorities, new tasks, new resolutions. In this video, I'll be taking you through some of my priority lists for 2024. Things that I need to get done this year, things that I'd like to get done, and the budget that needs to go with that. I had a short break over the Christmas New Year period, but on Monday I'll be going back to work, so I'll have a little bit less time for my renovation projects. But I did manage to tackle two things that I've been looking forward to doing over my little break period. Unfortunately, due to delays in materials and also the weather, it was raining quite a bit, so I couldn't do a lot of what I wanted to do outside. But I did manage to start two holiday projects, which I will also show you in this week's video. Here's to a brand new year, hoping it will be a good one. Let's crack on.
This is Girl Meets Farm.
Right, everything is removed. It's not incredibly deep, but there is definitely enough space in there to store some stuff. And I think if the TV is going to stay in here, I would probably just put things in here that I need like once a year, like a Christmas tree or whatever else I can store in here. But ideally the TV is not going to stay here forever. So let's see if today we can put the support frame in and then see how far we get. For the purpose of demonstration, this is kind of what the support structure will look like, minus the blocks that are here just to keep it in place at the moment. So there's going to be a side support and then a back beam support. This is going to be affixed into the wall. something like that. There will be an additional trim on the end of this, like so. To which these guys are going to be attached so that I can flip them up, and this will be storage space and a bench, double as a bench and a storage space. I also have to cut one of the pieces down a little bit, so to try and get more or less the right sizing, I have to leave a centimetre to 5mm gap on the sides of the bench and in between each of the bench lids as well, so that they don't scrape against each other when you're lifting them up. I decided to go for the stain, the same as the beams, of course. I could have gone super modern with this, but I quite like that old feel, like the old barn industrial feel. And maybe in future I decide to modernize the space up and paint this a different color, just to brighten things up. But I figured this is just going to be a base, and eventually once the TV has been removed from this, I can put a really colorful seated pillow on here and really beautiful colored cushions at the back. So I didn't need to really have a coloring on here at this time. Let's get at it. With a new year comes prioritizing my to-do list. So I sat down and I started making a list. But by the end of just putting down everything I need to get done, that list was really, really long. So I had to pick a couple of things to prioritize for the year from my long list, mostly because I started looking into prices and my budget won't allow for all of these things at one time. So I have to start breaking them down one by one per month to fit into my budget. Finishing off and actually cementing in the stones and doing the grouting all around the edging of the room. Well, this side and that side. Another big thing, the painting of the whole room. It needs one more coat of paint. The window. Curtain railings and curtains, and a cupboard for all my clothes and to pack things away finally. Cleaning the door and maybe finding something, well, painting perhaps, or just finding something to insulate this door a little bit better for summer and for winter. And the bigger parts of the interior projects are all in this room, where I have to do the tiling on the floor. The kitchen will be the big project for this year. And then the trough benches that I'm currently working on. My priority this year is of course to get the inside done, but it would be so nice if I could also tackle a couple of the outside projects that have been waiting for some time now. Which include, I think a priority for me of course this year is going to be getting a roof back onto these two rooms. Inside is completely unfinished. Although there's quite a bit to do in here, I will be cleaning up all of this moss, algae and stuff that's been growing here because the space hasn't had a roof. I need to seal and paint this wall when things are very, very dry. I would love to finish off this room, but maybe I won't get a chance this year. We shall see. The priority is to get a roof up so that this space can become usable and I can start storing things and packing things in here. Maybe if I'm lucky and have enough time and budget, the clearing I can do myself. I can also lay a new cement floor. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see how far I get. So this is the one room that I'm going to turn into a dry storage area. And then, yes, cats, hello, hello. The other area, I'm going to have to don a hazmat suit to clear everything out of this area. This is where the old bunny hutches used to be, where they used to breed the bunnies. So in this area, again, same thing. The roof is going to be priority number 1. Then I want to clear out all of this inside. I'm going to take everything down. It's all rotted away. It's all been sitting in the rain for like over a year now. Or at least, yeah, it's been over a year. Can you believe it? Since I started this project in September last year. In September 2022. So we need to clear all this out. I'm gonna smack it all down, throw it all out. I need help putting up a roof. I'm thinking it can be one roof that carries across both of these rooms. What I'm planning to do with this room, and it doesn't look like it much right now, but I'm hoping to turn this, because this is the larger area, of course. I'm thinking about turning this into my adega, into my wine cellar, where I can start producing my own wine. I also want to maybe put a little table and chairs in here so people can come to the farm, taste my wine, and just have a nice little experience on the farm. But I'm also thinking about putting in all of my agricultural storage units in here. So a deep freezer to store extra produce from the farm, or all the fruits, all my preserves, everything, basically all my agriculture that I get off from the farm every season. So this space should allow for all of that to happen. Hey darlings, are you coming to bush? Andika? Boo, boo. Come on. Right. And then what will make my life infinitely better will be to put up guttering on this side and the other side of the roof. I would love if I get to this, but this will probably be down on the priority list because the roof outside is going to be first. But first is going to be the inside of the house, then the roof outside, and then gutters. And I would love if I can get my pergola up on the outside this year as well, because that will already make my outside space, living space, infinitely better. So much bigger space to use, because at the moment this is all wasted pretty much in winter when it's raining because I can't be outside here, and during summer because it is equally hot in summer to be out here. So if I had a little pergola out here, it would provide shade, so I will be able to sit outside and use this space. I also really want to try and see if I can knock this structure down, because what I'm planning for this outside space is a braai area, of course, as a South African. I'm also thinking about putting in a little pizza oven so that this can be a really nice entertainment area. Ah, I almost forgot. Before any of this can happen on this entertainment area where the pergola is going to be, what do I still need to fix? My septic system. So, before I can do any of that, and this is the reason why I do not have a beautiful yard yet, or have planted flowers or grass or fixed up this area, is because we're going to have to dig up my waste system and my waste piping for the, what, 4th time now, and hopefully fix that. So all of this area will need to be dug up again. At the moment the waste goes all the way down here, around into the septic system. what I would like to change is I want to dig this up and put in, as the engineer suggested, a additional box here that will help with, I guess, the load. I'm not sure. And then run it, instead of all the way around, I want to run it directly to the septic tank, which means a straight line through here. We're going to dig the right depth, we're going to have the right fall, we're going to make sure all of that is working to get into the septic system. Because that's a sharp bend at the end, it will be pretty much a 90-degree bend angle to get into that septic system. An engineer suggested that we stick another, I don't know what it is, it's basically like a deep box in the floor to help push the waste into the sewage area. I need to read up a little bit more about that. And then once we finally have a handle on the waste system and my septic system is working, that I don't have to worry about this anymore, then I can start working on the outside, which I'm so excited to just make this space into that it doesn't look like a construction area anymore. There's still big granite stones behind me. I still have so many roof tiles sitting at the back there, and all I would really love to see by the end of this year is a garden with some flowers, maybe some edible herbs and vegetables right here in this space as well. That would make it feel a lot more homey. So big plans for this year. I'm not sure how many of them I will be able to get through, but here's hoping that I get through most of them. I'll be very excited if I do. Everything is going to be budget dependent, so all of my projects are going to be a little bit slower this year because I have limited budget to spend every month this year. Last year when I started this renovation, I had a lump sum budget that could go towards the project, and I was hoping that lump sum would cover everything that I had wanted to do. But because of the issues with the builder and the construction and all the things that I've had to redo from that construction company, sadly, it's cost me a lot more than I thought it would be. So this year I have limited budget to spend, so I'll be tackling projects monthly. But I'm really excited to move forward with things and turn this into a comfortable home for me and my dogs by the end of 2024. Stay tuned for our progress, and thank you for watching. And let's not forget this outside area, which is now completely overgrown. But at least my sill seems to be holding up well. That's good. But I do need to finish the guttering or the drain outside here as well. And clean up the area, of course. And paint this wall too. I think I'm also going to have to trim this olive tree on the side here, but also the top, because with all the rain coming from this side, and this is south, most of the weather comes this way. I'm thinking it would be really nice to put up a little pergola out here as well, or if not a full pergola, at least something over the door, so that I can start using this little space a little bit more as well, and that it's a bit more protected too. I also need to clean up and fix this shutter because the construction team broke off the inside latch, so at the moment I can't open or close the shutter whatsoever because I need to fix and replace the mechanism of the full shutter to be able to use this. Need to sand this down and paint this as well. And then of course, how could I forget? One day, this is like very low on the priority list, fix this wall and build this out quite nicely too. So let's tally the priority list. was a bit too much dust in the air to continue this project inside. In order to get this beam that's going to be the support beam in the right position, I wanted to align it with this wall. So I'm going to have to very carefully make sure that I've got my levels correct. But the tricky situation is this wall is not even and straight. So I've decided to use the highest part of this wall to do the measurements from, because I can always support more of these lids underneath and bring it up to the same height, but I can't lower that height on the highest part of this wall. So in order to do that, I need to shift to the other side. This is the highest part of the wall, so let's see if we can maneuver this. So if that is the top of where the lid needs to be, I need to go 18 millimeters lower than the line I've just drawn, which is where the beam's going to go, by my rudimentary calculation. So look, I mean, let's hope this works out. To find something that will get to the right height, so I can just draw a straight line and then work down from there, has been a little bit tricky. But the tiles, or pieces of the tiles, get me pretty much there. And according to my level, I measured this on all three areas. That is straight. It doesn't look straight to the eye, but spirit level says so. On the line. Now, the wall, of course, is not straight either, so won't be able to attach the beam to the wall on all sides. I've got really long screws, so the good news is that I can attach the beam on all the places I want to, even if it's not flush to the wall, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to choose to do the middle and the right side, because I reckon more people will sit on this side than that side, but hey, it will be good to get the balance in anyway. And if there's a pillow over this, a cushion, a seat cover, you won't actually see the gaps, but let me first see how this goes. I'm a little nervous to drill into this wall. Let's hope it all goes fine. A piece of granite. I don't know if my drill can do that. Right. After an hour, I've done 3 holes. They've been really difficult to do. I've been oscillating between drill and hammer function. The hammer function seems to work a little bit better, but I can literally do 2 seconds before the drill bit comes undone because it's just so hard rock. So yeah, I have to stop right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this up, but I have to stop right now because I'm losing daylight and I need to go get more firewood for tonight. Temperatures are dropping back down to the zeros, so I'll be back. And then my batteries ran out.